Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a general reading for the sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Aquarius, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the link for my Buy Me a Coffee page, where you can find my services and opportunities to make donations, my link to my Instagram and to my TikTok are all listed in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. Aquarius, that was the third time I had to do that opening. I don't know, it's like I got all tongue-tied. So that could be something that you've been dealing with lately. Maybe your words are all jumbled up. I'm not sure. We'll see. I'm going to be using two decks for your reading today. The first one for the overall energy, the What We've Forgotten Oracle, and the Tarot of the Abyss. Cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Angels, spirits, guides, what messages do you have for Aquarius, please? Yikes. Okay. Two cards. Wow, beautiful. The first card is number 27, which reduces to a 9. The Hermit card in the Major Arcana. The card representing Virgo talks about quiet contemplation, the dark night of the soul, having our spiritual awakening, retreating from society so that we can reflect and heal. And the card, the word is transformation. Transformation, so beautiful with all of these symbols of spirit, little feathers, coins, kind of bits and bobs, the fireflies. Excuse me, why did I say fireflies? I meant dragonflies. You could be seeing fireflies, although in the northern hemisphere it's getting a little chilly, so I don't know if fireflies are out right now, but I said fireflies. So that could be something that you've talked to about somebody about fireflies in the summertime. Dragonflies, however, very prominent and popular indicator of spirit, the sign from spirit. You could be finding a lot of coins on the ground, coins in weird places. But the card talks about transformation, so it's almost like a conscious awareness of the fact that you're going through something, that you're changing. Could be a little scary for you if you're not open to it. Some people are very open to newness and change, and some people aren't. Aquarius, you are the entrepreneurs, the CEOs of the zodiac. In many respects, marching to the beat of your own drum. But there's something happening to you right now. I think it's a really beautiful thing. It feels nuanced. It feels as if it's subtle. Like it's not like you come into work the next day and you have pink hair, you know, and that's not a criticism of pink hair. It's just that if you had black hair before and then you come in and it's pink, that's quite a obvious transformation. This is subtleties, because the symbols represented in this card are subtle indicators from spirit. It's not like a billboard. The second card you got, number 51, which reduces to a 6. Gemini energy with the Lovers of the Major Arcana. And the words are sacred purpose, sacred purpose. This reminds me, this image in particular, reminds me of a very specific church that I was in. It's the very, I'm sorry, I can't remember. It's in Montreal, Old Montreal, I think they call it. Old Montreal. It's a very famous church. It's like people go in to sightsee it all the time. And it reminds me of that church. So you could have an affinity for that specific church. I know if you've been into Montreal and you've been to that church, you know which church I'm talking about, because it's very, very famous as sightseeing. You could be Canadian or you could be from Montreal, take it as it resonates, but sacred purpose to me talks about our life path, our life blueprint. It's not just about destiny, but it's about the path that we choose to walk in this life, and how we are able to use our gifts, our natural gifts and abilities to help raise the vibration of humanity. So that could be tied into this transformation, right? Like, I didn't always read tarot. I probably always channeled messages, but I didn't know I channeled messages. We all channel messages, right? We figure out what it is that we're here for, and then we use the tools at our disposal to help us in that endeavor. So you could be discovering this talent that you have, that you never realized was a talent, never realized it mattered to anybody else but you. And now you're realizing it, and you're realizing how it fits into this bigger purpose, this greater plan. I'm going to get 3 cards for the base spread, 3 cards for clarifier, past, present, and future. And at the end, take advice from Spirit. I'm sorry, it is getting we've just had our time change in the United States where I'm from. And it's getting darker much earlier. So I'm kind of racing against the light here. 3 cards are out. Past energy, Page of Wands in the reverse. So page energy is youthful, it's immature, but not in the sense of like, oh, you're so immature and you don't know how to behave. It's not like that. Immaturity in our approach, in our thinking. It's not saying it in a derogatory way. It's just beginner's mind, starting as a beginner. And in the Wands suit, which is fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, we're taking a small but crucial step towards a passion, something that speaks to our passion space, to our sacral chakra. In the past, you have this card in reverse, along with the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This card talks about being miserly, stingy, protective, very saving energy, protective of that. These 2 cards together indicate to me that you tried, because this card is in reverse, you tried to open up. These are very tentative. Like, this is, because this card is in reverse, the step is not being taken. It's being thought about. We're thinking about the step. But part of what allows us to take a step into a new direction, like learning a new skill, starting a new business, even though that's a big step. But what's the first step in starting a new business? Having an idea for the business, right? So maybe you have the idea, but you haven't told anybody yet. Or maybe you have the idea, maybe you even have the business plan, but you haven't submitted it to get yourself a loan or a license, right? Those are pretty big. Those are bigger steps than I think what the Page of Wands talks about. The Page of Wands just talks about, like, you have the idea for the business in your head. You just need to put it to paper now. Take it from your head and put it down on a piece of paper, right? That's a page energy. It's a step. So it's not that you don't have the idea or something at your fingertips that you can use, that you can enact, but you haven't yet, because you're still in this process of opening up to the possibility of it. This was in the past energy. Can I get a clarifier? King of Pentacles. Well, maybe you were looking for or waiting for a benefactor. King of Pentacles is, you know, at the top of the suit of Pentacles. It's somebody who is abundant, somebody who is in a kind of power position, a leader, somebody who is grounded, good head on their shoulders, smart, divine masculine, but doesn't have to describe a man. But I do see this as somebody that is not you. I see this as you kind of looking, you know, to a boss, to a benefactor, to somebody that is in the position to help you. And you could have been waiting for that person before you were going to make a move, which I can understand. Putting yourself out there is really scary sometimes, right? It's like your reputation is on the line. Your self-confidence is on the line. What if nobody likes my idea? It's kind of that energy. In the present energy, Six of Swords, kind of sailing above the chaotic, choppy waters to something that is a little bit more stable and calm. That's the Six of Swords energy. It's going over the chasm of something so that we can find our groundedness again. Swords, it's your energy, air suit. It's clarified by the Ten of Swords in reverse. Ten of Swords can be, especially in this deck, there are two versions of the Ten of Swords. In this version, we're looking at all of the things that have, the ideas, the thoughts, the memories that has caused so much strife and anxiety. And perhaps Spirit just said the word bitterness. And we're looking at it like it's our lesson. And now we're trying to learn the lesson. We're trying to come face to face with it. Could be difficult though. It feels a little bit like running away. Maybe you're trying to run away from something that has caused you a lot of strife. What are we running away from? What are we running away from? What is the Aquarius running away from? Thank you. Two of Wands. Two of Wands talks about directionality. Should I go left or should I go right? I don't know how it looks to you. Left, right, not sure. Right, looking out into the horizon, seeing what's out there. I asked Spirit, what is the Aquarius running away from? Is it running away from having to make the choice between left and right, up and down, in or out, together or apart? Spirit wanted me to say together or apart. Are you, that's interesting. I want one more clarifier. In this deck, like I said, there are two versions of the Ten of Swords and you got them both. The air signs have all gotten both versions of one of the crucial swords cards. So Gemini and Libra got both versions of the Three of Swords, heartbreak and heartache. You got both versions of the 10. Disappointment, betrayal, backstabbing, at least in this depiction. This card came in reverse, this card to clarify. You got the Ten of Swords to clarify the Ten of Swords. It's like Spirit saying, I meant what I said what I said, or let's move on now. And that's exactly what, when the card is in the upright, let's move on now. Right, but that's precisely it. That's precisely it. This can be the card of being stagnant because you're not making a decision on where you want to move on to. I know I need to leave, but I'm just not sure where. And that's what you're going through presently. And this could all just... Thank you, Spirit. Do you want me to pull another card? I'm not going to pull another card. It was just confirmation from Spirit. Like, that's what you're dealing with at the moment. And I think it has to do with the sacred purpose. Because you know what? Sometimes sacred purpose is not easy. Sometimes sacred purpose requires us to transform, and further so, to make sacrifice. Now, depending on how you look at it, right? Sometimes it's not a sacrifice. Like, let's say you have this opportunity to start a restaurant. It's been your lifelong dream, and somebody leaves you a restaurant. Like, let's say you inherit this restaurant, and it's not dilapidated. It's in really good condition. It's been maintained. It's just been in the family, and you know, you somehow acquire it, and you love that idea. You love that, but because your family was running it, maybe it was your cousins or your uncle or whatever, because your family was running it and you weren't having to worry about it, you went and got yourself like a job over here, which pays you 7 figures, right? You're making $1 million a year. You're not going to be making $1 million a year in this restaurant. This is just an example, right? Yet. But here we are trying to choose between left and right, my passion. Maybe it's a bakery, right? There's so many people that leave corporate jobs so that they can start bakeries. That is real. People love to bake, right? It gives them joy. They leave corporate jobs. They leave jobs as lawyers and doctors so they can start a bakery. TikTok is full of this. I was making high six figures, and I quit that so that I could get up at 4:30 every morning and bake some bread. Thank you. You're doing a service to humanity because we love bread, right? Somebody has to do it. So this could be the conundrum. What is my life's calling, my life's path, my sacred purpose? And why? Why does it require this kind of heartbreak and heartache? That could be what you're feeling right now. And it could be it's so difficult a decision, you're just not making it. For now. Spirit is not like chiding you. They're not criticizing it. It's just, I'm just taking a temperature. I'm just taking a temperature, the message that you need to hear right now. Take it as it resonates. Apply it to your situation. The potential future, Ace of Swords in the reverse. Aces bring new from Spirit. The Swords energy is epiphany, breakthrough, truth. And the Wheel of Fortune. Wowza. Number 10 of the Major Arcana corresponds to the planet Jupiter, the planet of expansion. Good luck, good fortune. Now, in the future potential, that's spectacular. Good luck, good fortune. We could all use it. But the Ace of Swords is in reverse, which kind of tells me that Spirit wants to bestow you. Now, I'm seeing that scene from Harry Potter, right? Like, not just anybody could pick up, like, Gryffindor's sword or whatever. You had to be worthy. Right? Just like Sword in the Stone and King Arthur and blah, blah, blah. Like, you can't just pull the sword out of the stone. You have to be worthy. You have to be worthy. It's not saying that you're not worthy. Spirit is not saying that you're not worthy. They think that you're worthy. That's why they want to give it to you. It's about you thinking whether or not you're worthy and you picking it up and taking it. This is what this represents. You're not picking it up and taking it. Metaphorical sword stands for breakthrough, epiphany, clarity, truth. It's your choice. But they're saying, are you sure? Are you sure? Because all of this is attached. Queen of Wands. Summon the courage, Aquarius. Please, for the love of Pete. Queen of Wands is beautiful, abundant, attractive, the power behind the throne. Very solar plexus energy. Knows herself. Know thyself. You're going to get there because that card showed up. You're going to get there. You got to get through this first, though. This heartache, heartbreak. And also, okay, I don't like this. I'm not gonna use that expression that Spirit just gave me, but it's just like, okay, can I use it on YouTube? I don't know if I can say it, but it's like something or get off the pot, right? Make a move, any move, some move, something. Advice from Spirit. Oh, jeez. Oh, good God. Wow. 3 of Swords in reverse. Number 20, the Awakening card. Judgment. Number 20, it relates directly to this sacred purpose for me. This is about your divine purpose, your life's blueprint, resurrection. Three of Swords is heartbreak, heartache. The air signs, I mean, it's your element. So it doesn't surprise me that swords show up in your reading. It's part of the human experience, but like the air signs have really you're having this like reckoning moment. You're all dealing with these really heavy, burdensome energies. The 3 of Swords in reverse, Spirit is saying, let go of the old narratives that no longer serve you. They're not serving you. Write a new story for yourself. One that involves something that you could have never imagined that you could accomplish, that you could succeed in. It's like the world is your oyster. You have the capability to enter into this great space and make something wonderful. It's not saying you're not already wonderful. Imagine, okay, take you, amazing Aquarius, entrepreneurial, CEO, marches to the beat of their own drum, super smart. Super smart. I couldn't like make my fingers do what. Just overall spectacular, right? But sometimes there's doubts. Sometimes there's overthinking. Imagine you with 100 times more confidence. Not cockiness, not being egotistical, not a lot of hubris. We're still going to try and be humble. We don't need to show off. We just need to show up. Imagine you with 100 times more confidence than you have in this moment. Imagine what you could do, right? You're already doing great things. Imagine what you could do. Because it's not just about you, right? When you up-level yourself, you up-level everyone around you. Maybe simply through your example. being the example, the inspiration for somebody else. Doesn't mean you have to give to people, although that would be nice if you have the means. To just simply be the example for others, the example of leadership, the example of tenacity, the example of authenticity. Write the new narrative for yourself. That's what Spirit is asking you to do. One where you always win. So that's your reading, Aquarius. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Aquarius.